Good morning, everyone. This slide doesn't count, just for disclosure. I have no disclosures. All right. How do I advance this? Okay. So I retired, and I thought I'll give an update on retirement, hoping that now that I retired, Richard and the group don't put me out to pasture. And this will tie in a little bit with all the great talks yesterday about global neurosurgery and ability to volunteer. And I was delighted to hear that you actually can help or participate at levels that are not necessarily purely neurosurgical technical. So my wife Joni and I went to Kenya last July. We got to Kenya on the second week of July. And the trip was organized by Darla Colohan, her husband were here until this morning. They had to leave. And she belongs to a group called Africa Mission Services, and they provide, mission doesn't have any religious connotation, but they do medical work, building roads and clinics, and healthcare work. So she's been talking about us about this for a while, so we decided to go. She organized a group of 16, 4 of whom are children ages 9 to 13, so 12 adults. So we went there, and of course you'd think we did nice safaris. We saw more animals that we imagined possible. These are all photos except for taken by my iPhone, except for this one. That looks like Art Wolf work, but it wasn't. It's one of my colleague there, and that lion there. Everything else I took with my iPhone 10. If you notice in that corner, that's a baby tiny hippopotamus. And they tell us about 6 days old. So that was exciting to see. So and we happen, I don't have a slide of that, we happen to be during the animal migrations, the great migration which happened between mid-July to mid-August, where hundreds of thousands, actually in a season, up to 1.5 million of animals cross the Mara River from Tanzania to Kenya. And it is a sight that is absolutely unbelievable. It changes your life. I've never experienced anything like it. You see hundreds and hundreds of wildebeest and zebras and Thompson gazelles just sliding down high cliffs, ending in water, crossing it to go to the other side at the risk of being eaten by crocodile, and we saw that. So we did 3 major things during this visit. We visited villages, and these are all Maasai people. In Kenya, everybody speaks Swahili, but each tribe has different language, so they speak Maasai. They are still polygamous. It's a very interesting culture. They're hunters. They don't grow their own vegetables, so when you go to the markets, these are neighboring villages that bring these markets. They all have we called it their security blankets. They wear it, and they're very colorful and beautiful. The second thing we did is we visited the schools that are being run by this mission, and these are kindergarten students, and you see the discrepancy of age, this little tiny one, bigger one. They have a system in Kenya. You don't just automatically graduate from one grade to another. The teacher has to pass you. And so you have people of different ages in the same grade, which is interesting. This is middle school. They're all very, very polite and well-behaved. This is the very first, and it's not been completed, high school for girls, and it's boarding, so they keep them there because otherwise their family will first get them circumcised and get them married. And so that is very successful. They're very curious. They loved my wife's blonde hair, and they just couldn't couldn't understand it, so they had to touch it. And I was shaking hands with some of them, and one of them came to me, looked at my hand, and then...
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To continue, please log in or create an account for free. Thank you for your support.